A very good morning all of you. Welcome to lab session 3. In the lab session 3 we are going to construct the adders and subtractor circuits, in which I am going to show you half adder, full adder, half subtractor, full subtractor and parallel adder and subtractors. As you are already familiar with the software, I am just going to show you the execution of all the circuits directly without showing the how to construct and all, because you already know how to add, how to take the basic gates and how to connect the wires and all. So I'm just going to show you just final execution of my circuit for all the three circuits, one for adder, one for subtractors and other for parallel adders. Okay, let's start with half adder and full adder first. And theory behind half adder, full adder, and we already covered in the class lecture. So please go back and check your notebook for the truth table and try to verify your truth table in the simulation. Let's start with half adder circuit. Half adder circuit, I'm going to just verify the truth table of half adder. So that means when you are going to add two 1-bit numbers, you are going to produce sum and carry. So if both are 0 0, you are going to get 0 as sum and carry as also 0. When you keep one of the input as 1, you are going to get sum 1 and carry 0. And similarly other way around, when you keep both 1, you are going to get sum 0 and carry 1. This is a half adder truth table. This is how we can verify the half adder. Now we try to see the full adder. This is my full adder circuit, so in which I am going to add 2-bit numbers which are having more than 1 bit also. So I am going to check only few combinations here. So I'll check both the 1 and carry 1. So it will be 1 plus 1 plus 1 will be sum 1 and carry 1. Let's make it 1 1 0. In this case 1 plus 1 will be sum 0 and carry 1. If I make 1 0 0, it will be 1 plus 0 plus 0 will be sum 1 and carry 0. I can keep carry in 1 and A and B bits are 1 comma 0. You are going to get 1 plus 0 plus 1. That means you are going to get sum 0 and carry 1. This is how you can verify the truth table of full adder. This is one kind of circuit for the full adder with the basic gate. And we are going to have one more circuit where you are going to construct full adder with the two half adders. If you look at here, this is the same full adder circuit with two half adders. We are going to check the same conditions. I am going to keep A and B as 1 and C in is 1. In this case, you are going to add 1 plus 1 plus 1. That means sum 1 and carry 1. And similarly, if I keep C in as 0, it will be 1 plus 1 means that will be sum 0 and carry 1. So this is how we are going to verify the truth table of full adder with two half adders. This is one half adder and this is one half adder. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to construct half adder and full adder using NAND gates. Using only NAND gates is, as you know, your NAND gate has some expression as A XOR B and your carry as A into B. If you look at here, you are taking A and B here. When you connect it here, it is going to produce AB bar. If you take again AB bar as one input to the 2-input NAND gate, becomes AB, and this 4 NAND gate is going to produce A XOR B. This is nothing but a half adder using NAND gate. I am going to just verify the truth table. So when you keep both 1, you are supposed to produce sum 0 and carry 1. When you keep both 1 1, you are supposed to produce sum 0 and carry 1. Let's try. So it is producing. If I give one of the input as 0, it is going to produce sum 1 and carry 0. So this circuit is working properly as per the half adder rules. Similarly, you are going to have full adder with the NAND gates. I am going to show you in a moment. If you look at here, this is a full adder using NAND gates. If you look at here, this first part will produce A XOR B, and I am taking C here and I am going to connect it one more. It is also equivalent to one more XOR circuit. That means in the first case A and B produce the A XOR B here. In the second case A XOR B with C. That means here you are going to produce A XOR B XOR C. And if you look at here, this is AB bar. It is coming here, and it is nothing but C in into AB A exclusive B whole bar. When I take one more complement here, it will be AB plus C into A XOR B. So you're going to get the carry here and sum here. Now I'm going to test the truth table by keeping all ones. If I keep all ones, I'm supposed to see sum 1 and carry 1. You can see in sum 1 and carry 1. If I keep any, if Cin is 0, it's going to produce sum 0 and carry 1. This is how you can construct a full adder with NAND gates. So your job is you're supposed to construct your half adder and full adder with NOR gates. Please take it as a homework kind of thing. You please try to do it on your own using DEED software. So this is all about adder circuit, full adder, half adder, and full adder with NAND gates and half adder with NAND gates. Now I'm going to show you half subtractor and full subtractor. This is my half subtractor circuit. It's going to subtract A minus B. Let's take 1 minus 1 for the simplicity to verify. So 1 minus 1 will be sum difference 0 and borrow 0. If I make 0 minus 1, in that case your borrow is supposed to generate because you cannot subtract 0 minus 1. So if I make A is 0, you can see 0 minus 1, it is producing a borrow. So when you take the borrow, it becomes 1 0. 1 0 minus 1 will be 1. If I make 1 minus 0, it will be just 1 minus 0 will be, difference will be 1 and borrow will be 0. This is a verification of your half subtractor truth table. Now we'll try to see the full subtractor. Let's take simple example. Let's make it A and B as 1 1. If you look at here, 1 minus 1 will be 0 and 0 minus 1 needs a borrow. That means your borrow becomes 1. When you take borrow, that becomes 1 0. 1 0 minus 1 will be 1. So you are going to produce a difference 1. Let's make it both 1 1 and borrow is 0. 1 minus 1 will be 0. 0 minus 1, 0 will be 0. That means your difference is 0 and borrow also 0. If I make this also 0 and suppose if I make this is 1 and this is 0, 0 minus 1 needs a borrow. So when take a borrow, it becomes 1 0. 1 0 minus 1 will be 1. That means difference will be 1. So this is how you can verify the truth table of half subtractor and full subtractor. I am going to show you a parallel adder and parallel subtractor in a moment. So in order to construct a parallel adder, what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to take the full adder circuit. So to find the full adder element, go to a V-shape symbol here where you can see the arithmetic units or arithmetic circuit. Here you can see the complementers, comparators and adders. You take the adder, you can have a 4-bit adder, half adder, full adder. So you choose the full adder here. If you take the full adder here, you're going to get a symbol. You get a symbol like this where you are going to have C in A and B are inputs and C0 is your output and S is the sum of the A and B bits. Okay. So I have taken 4 full adders here to add 2 4-bit numbers, and these are my sum S1, S2, S3, S4 and last one is C out. I am going to show you how to add 4 bits. Let's take A1 is my MS, A1 is my LSB and B1 is my LSB for both the bits, and let's make it 8. Let's try to add the 2-bit number. Let's make it 8 plus 8. If you look at here, 1 0 0 is 8, 1 0 0 8 means 16. You can see here 1 0 0 0, that means 16. Let's make it 8 plus 1, 1 0 0 1 9. 8 plus 2 will be 1 0 1 0 10. 8 plus 6 will be 14. So this is how you can add the 2 4-bit numbers using a parallel adder. So you can extend, you can cascade to any number. If you want to add 8-bit number, you have to take 8 full adders and you can go on. Please make sure when you take the parallel addition, make Cin is 0, because for the first full adder your Cin is 0 because there is no carry from the previous stage. Now I am going to show you the parallel subtractor. In parallel subtractor, it is same as your addition circuit, only the difference is I made inverter CF4 inverter for the B bits, because when you want to do A minus B, your B bit supposed to be complemented for 1's complement addition or 2's complement addition. So if I want to do 1's complement addition, that means you are going to do a minus b using 1's complement addition. In that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make my C in 0, and I'm going to apply my B inputs to the inverter so that your B gets complemented. The complemented B will be added to A bits with C in is 0. In that case, you are going to produce an output in 1's complement. You are going to produce an output by using 1's complement arithmetics. Okay, so to understand this, let's take a simple example here. Let us take 8 minus 1. Let's take 100 is 8, and let's make it 8 minus 1. If you look at here, your answer is not correct. Supposed to get 7, but since we are taking C in as 0, so your arithmetic is going to take place in 1's complement form. In 1's complement form, if the carry is generated, this carry is supposed to be added to the LSB bit. If I add it here, it will be 111, that means equivalent to 7. That means 8 minus 1 will be 7. So please remember, A bits are my lower side and B bits are higher side. You are going to subtract A minus B. That means you are going to generate the complement of B bits. Okay, so let's take one more example. Instead of 8, and let me take it 10 minus 2. So if the A is my 1010, that is 10, and B is 001, that means 2. So you are supposed to get 8, but if you look at here, you are getting only 7. But if you look at, there is a carry out. Whenever you see a carry out, you are supposed to add this carry out to LSB. If you add here, you are going to get 1000. That means you are going to get 8. That means 10 minus 2 will be 8. This is how you can perform the 1's complement arithmetic using a full adder circuit with the inverters for the B inputs. Make sure, please remember, if it is a 1's complement arithmetic, you are supposed to keep C in as 0. The moment I keep C in is 1, that means your B bits are getting complemented, and adding 1, that means your B is converted into 2's complement of that particular whatever the B is given. So in this case, whatever the answer you are going to get, that is the right direct answer. You have to just ignore the carry. If you look at here, this is 10, 1010, minus 2 will be 8. If you look at here, this is already 100, that is 8 already there. You can just ignore this carry. Let's make it 10 minus 7, that will be 3. You can see here 011. You have to ignore this carry. Let's make it 10 minus 3. You are going to get 7. Okay. So if I want to check whether it is working 1's and 2's complement, just change the C in. The moment if I change C into 0, now your circuit is working 1's complement arithmetics. Now you are supposed to add this carry to the LSB of the result. That means you are going to get 111. If I make it 1, it automatically does in the 2's complements. So you are going to get whatever the answer that is your final answer, and you can ignore the carry. Since it is 0, that means your result is a positive number. Suppose if I make it 7 minus 10, let's take my B is 1010, and I make it 11. So in this case, whatever the result, I am going to get it. Okay, you see, if you make it 7 minus 10, that means minus 3. So minus 3 will be appeared in the 2's complement. If you look at here, you have taken C in is 1. That means whatever result, if you look at the last bit, your last bit is 1. That means your result is in, whatever the result you are getting, the negative number, you have to convert back into the 2's complement form. In that case, what you are going to do, you are going to first complement. That means 0, 1, 0. Then you are going to add. That means you are going to get 0, 1, 1. That means you are going to have a 3. This whatever the value you are able to see here, that is equivalent to minus 3. So that means you can verify even negative numbers also, just considering the carry at the fourth bit here. Okay, this is how you can perform both. This is how you can perform the 1's complement and 2's complement arithmetic using parallel adder. Now we are going to show you adder cum subtractor using a simple XOR gate. This was already discussed in the class. So your XOR gate will produce the either same output as input if it is 0. If your control input is 0, you are going to produce the B bits as it is. If control input is 1, you are going to produce a complement of the B bits. At the same time, the same control is applied to your first full adder. That means when you keep 0, the 0 is applied here, and your B bits are not getting complemented. In that case, you are going to get the addition of A plus B. So let's try it. Let's make A is A is 8 and B is also 7, and make my control as 0. That means it is going to be add two numbers, that is 8 plus 7 will be 15. It's very clear, you're getting 0 4 1, that means 15. If I make it 1, in that case it is going to subtract 8 minus 7 in 2's complement, because if you look at here, your B bits are getting complemented and you are providing C in as 1. That means the moment you press your control to 1, you are going to get the operation of A minus B in 2's complement form. If you look at here, 2's complement, you have to ignore the carry. So if you look at the result, this is 0 0 1. That means your 10 minus 7 will be 1. So to cross check once, I will take one more example. Let's make 10 minus 3. So if I keep this is 0, that will be 10 plus 3. So that will be, if I keep my C in 0 and this is 10, this is 8 and this is 2. If I keep my C in 0 and this is 8 and this is 3, 8 plus 3 will be 11. That means 1 0 1 1 is my 11. The moment if I make this control as 1, it is going to do the subtraction operation. That means your 8 minus 3 you are supposed to get, you can see it's clearly 1 0 1, that is 5. So 8 minus 3 will be 5, and you can ignore the carry. So this is how you can use this circuit for both addition as well as subtraction by just using one simple control line. Now I'm going to show you the IC parallel adder. Now let us take the 4-bit adder block, which is going to add two 4-bit numbers. So to get this 4-bit adder block, what you do is you go to the arithmetic operation circuits, go to the adders. There you can clearly see there is a 4-bit adder here. So click on that, you are going to get a 4-bit adder block in which you are going to have A0 through A3 as one set of 4-bit data and B0 with another set of data bits. So these two 4-bit data are going to be added, going to produce sum to S0 to S3 and carry out. There will be, if any overflow is there, overflow will be flagged, and carry in is supposed to be given 0. So I've created my 4-bit adder here. You can see here, this is my 4-bit adder block for which I have connected 4 input switches here, and here also 4 input switches, one for A, one for B, and I kept my C in 0, and I provided output display for sum S1 to S4 with C out. Now I'm going to add two 4-bit numbers. Let's make 8 and 8. So you can look at here, 1 0 0, that means 16. Let's make it 8 plus 2, 1 0 1 0, that is 10. So this is how you can perform the 4-bit arithmetic operation using a full adder block which can add 4-bit numbers. Now I'm going to show you how to cascade the full 4-bit adder blocks to produce a 8-bit addition in a moment. Now I'm going to show you how to add a 8-bit addition by using two 4-bit adder blocks. So you can see here this first block where I'm going to have my B0 to B1 to B4 and A1 to A4, and if you look at the second block where I'm going to have B5 to B8 and A5 to A8. For the first full I'm keeping my C in 0, and the second full adder I'm taking my C out from the first full adder to the C in for the second full adder, and these are the sum outputs, and this is C out from the second full adder. Now I'm going to take my A as 25, binary equivalent 25, that will be 0 0 1. Now I'm going to take my A bit as 25, that means 0 0 1, and 25 will be 1 0 0 1. So A is 25. Now I'm going to take B as 30. 30 will be 0 0 1 and 1 Okay, now my A is 25 and B is 30, and if I add, I'm going to get 55. 55 will be equivalent to 0 1 1 and 0 1. So someone want to cross check, they can just take the binary numbers of these two and these two along with their proper order. That means you have to take A1 to 8 and B1 to B8 and add together, you are going to get the same result, that is 55. Okay, so this is how you can cascade two full adder blocks to produce the addition. Similarly, we can extend these to 16 bits 12 bits and so on, depending on our requirement. So all of you, please use the DEED software and try to construct these circuits and verify their behavior. Thank you all.